I guess it's just one of those bans where it's like if you can ban the Bat Rider, just ban it. Just get it out of here. We finally go back into some picks. Third pick for LGD, assumedly picking up that position 4 now.
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
No,
Nope.
fair enough.
Chalice
Terrorblade.
TV. I mean, it's a great combo with a Shadow Demon, right?
Yeah, obviously just free illusions never hurts.
It's free real estate.
Free real estate indeed, and the Terrorblade has made a real nice comeback as of late in this current meta as well. It's just seemingly very nice as a position 1. Really escalate in farm if you give it enough space. Vici, however, they will respond with a tiny.
All right, some different things here. I like it. Trying to reshape the meta themselves as opposed to just going the same thing over and over again.
You don't mind seeing the tiny though, right? Into the Terrorblade, just huge amounts of magic damage. Doesn't really care for the armor of that Terrorblade.
Yep, you can toss people to safety as well as enemies into a more vulnerable position. Get them out of range for the Shadow Demon save if you're really on point. And then you've also got the great burst potential coming out of the Oracle in combination with the Tiny.
Oh, there it is. The Tusk King is here. FY does pick it up for himself. Can't blame him. Got plenty of nice combos there with the Terrorblade and the Brewmaster. Should be.
They're going to need some more damage though on LGD, that's for sure, for these team fights. Because you don't want to... That's the biggest risk with the Terrorblade. Popping meta and then not being able to fight afterwards. It puts your supports, well, you would say FY and Old 11, in a really difficult position if they're really trying to overextend and make something happen. So there needs to be someone else that they can pick up that enables them to do that.
Uh-oh. Well, there's the Morphling coming out now. This is looking like a very strong draft from Vici. So, being able to morph into the Terrorblade as well, take that Metamorphosis for yourself. With an Oracle to follow up with a False Promise in case you're in trouble. Now they really need some damage.
10 seconds.
They sure do.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright. Stay with me. Puck, Ag's Dream Coil, and Ag's Terrorblade. And then get the massive fear out and break all those coils and then use that to do the damage.
I guess that would be viable. Maybe we do still require something like a Spirit Vessel carrier here as well, right? Like you are playing against DP, Oracle, and Morph.
True.
I don't see a natural Spirit Vessel carrier on the side of LGD.
I mean, Tusk can, but I feel like the way that they're going to want to play this is get him his Blink Dagger ASAP.
Right.
I'm a little surprised. It's something kind of completely off tangent, but I'm surprised at how few teams are picking up even just a Medallion of Courage. I feel like it's such a value item these days with all the team fighting that's going on, and then even when you're not using it, they've buffed up the mana regen that comes from it. So it's really value in a lot of ways. Going back to the well with the Centaur.
Yeah, Centaur once again. Yang, he didn't have the greatest performance last game, so they're going to give him another chance. Try and make this Centaur work. LGD, more importantly, still needs some very, very strong kind of mid pickup here. With heaps of damage output to really deal with what Vici's bringing.
They've only got 5 seconds left.
No reserve time. Or 1 second reserve time. And there it is. Again, alright, that works.
I like it. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Again, you've got these heroes that have a lot of high base HP. DP likes to build into a decent amount. Centaur, obviously, strength hero, incredibly high strength gain. And then if the Morphling starts morphing into strength, you've got the Soul Catcher to deal with it. So X-Nova, I'm not sure how much actual damage he did in the last game, but I'm sure it was a ton. He got a ton of stacks off and did a lot of that Soul Catcher damage. Although I think it's counted as removal as opposed to damage, so it might not show up on the damage charts for him. But he did a ton of work, and I think we'll probably see it again.
Kind of begs the question, why go back into the Centaur and Morph up against the Shadow Demon?
maybe just thinking that he was kept out of this game by the Prophet, and now that it's not there, you don't need to worry about the Sprout. I suppose you still do need to be worried about, similarly, Old 11 just comes into a team fight, ults, and then tosses you in the air, and then, again, it's very much a similar sort of thing.
It is very similar in that way. Like Yang's still probably gonna have a pretty rough time up against Old 11 here on the Brewmaster. So many
PYW
ways.
is looking very festive.
He is. He's in the Christmas spirit. Always good to see.
Christmas in April.
April, absolutely. Why not? We're in lockdown after all, Danog. You've gotta get something going at home.
And it is getting colder here as well, so it's that northern hemisphere Christmas style spirit that's going on. Not like us going down to the beach on Christmas.
That is a very, very nice color on the Terrorblade, by the way.
Shame about his face though. It's just gone.
We'll get.
Prepare for battle.
Let's see how this team fight goes, and then I'll give you my answer.
First blood, the first celestial rains.
LGD got this easy, man. Like, I've thought it from the very beginning. It was just an easy game for him. That was nice to look at, though. You know, 5-man Oracle Q, 5-man stun.
It was.
I think it was a 5-man Crypt Swarm as well from the DP. So Ori's sitting up there on the damage charts.
It was pretty darn nice. Still Vici Gaming, an unfortunate start for them. And we'll see if they can avoid repeating the same issues from last game.
And something a little different here. Look at the lane setup. We've got Old 11 going top.
I like it. I don't see why. Like, why force it? Are they going to run an aggressive tri lane this whole time?
Seems like it, but it looks like they might have scouted it out with Eurus he's starting to walk towards the top side.
Yeah, they'll start rotating Yang down now on the Centaur. Chalice and FY going to be there with X-Nova. They could go for a very, very quick secondary kill now, but DY is being very careful with his positioning. Not going to give that opening away.
I don't think they had any vision of that. That's great presence of mind to be able to scout that out and start that movement really quickly. You don't want to be giving up your TP so early on.
It was a very nice read. Now, Disruption
side?
comes out. FY going to be there on Yang, though Hoof Stomp is going to be there early. It's not something you see too often. Like, the level 1 Hoof Stomp is really something I haven't seen in a very long time, but Yang being forced to level it up.
Look at how aggressive Old 11's being here, really wanting to just grab this creep wave and pull it away so that he can continue farming solo.
He'll get 2 creeps for himself. PYW still being a little bit frustrating. Doesn't have level 1 toss, obviously, so won't really be able to do anything. And Old 11 will reset the lane a little bit. Still, PYW going to move forward with Avalanche Toss now, so he has to be a little more careful about how he goes this. Bot lane, however, they have gone on to Yang once again. He does still have Hoof Stomp and a 3-man Avalanche coming out. Chalice, he'll be the one to die. And PYW, we were just looking at him top. Suddenly he is bot. They might even find another kill into X-Nova. Fortune's End connects. DY has the Purifying Flames, but doesn't even need to use it.
Man, that is some insane value, being able to rotate down as soon as that Metamorphosis is popped, turn around. Not the highest health pool here on the TB, and, well, lucky for him, he's going to be able to at least farm underneath the tower, because no meta is really going to hinder him for a little bit.
Top lane, however, Eurus is falling really low. So giving that time down to the bot lane really made it harder for Eurus to contest up against Old 11 solo, and I wonder how long they can keep this up. FY, Fortune's End, he does dodge with the snowball onto Yang. Avalanche going to be there though with the double edge and toss and hoof stomp. FY is fairly tanky, but not tanky enough. DY will claim another kill.
You can tell Charles was just standing off to the right side being like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I got to farm. I got to do it.
Now X-Nova, he doesn't even care about the tri-lane anymore. He's gone down mid into Ori. Somnus going to connect with the Remnant, and now FY joins in. PYW, though, again with a 3-man avalanche, but it will not change what happens this time. Somnus will claim the kill.
Yeah, given another good start here to Somnus, getting that first blood, getting that kill. Granted, sharing a bit of the experience with 2 other heroes on his side, but that's what you want early on, and you can see DP sitting down in 7th place on the network.
Well, now again, tri-laning bot. Ready to go. They know it's only 2 heroes down here, but who do they want to jump on? Yang, no disruption coming out. FY will show himself, and that'll at least give Chalice some space to farm the wave in peace. Looks like X-Nova again going to try and rotate mid for a little bit, but the power rune was already secured by PYW.
So important now, considering that the 2-minute runes don't exist anymore. That 4 minutes just becomes even more value.
It does feel like if you miss out on the 4-minute power rune, you just end up losing mid. Like if you're a bottle carrier. It's pretty rough if you don't get it.
There's that for the lane, and then also just the fact that it feels like if you lose mid, more often than not, you lose the game. It's just so important these days with experience being at such a premium.
Yeah, absolutely. Somnus is having such a great old time in the mid lane though, like he's finding an even better start than last time, out-leveling Ori at the moment. Top lane, however, Old 11 does finally drop as Eurus and PYW do take him out. Eurus falling very low, but does get a nice salve from his friend. And bot lane, DY ends up going down to Chalice now, who does pop Metamorphosis.
Yeah, he's got the freedom to do it. PYW did have the TP available, so not going to punish the Metamorphosis this time, but at least this time Chalice is going to get some more value. You can see they're probably going to leave him a little bit more alone as well, or maybe go for a backstab here onto the Centaur.
They could try. Yang sitting well back, and it looks like it's going to be in the mid lane. Somnus, avalanche toss from PYW, doesn't have Astral Step yet, but a very nice Remnant, and it won't be enough damage to really burst down this Void Spirit. Now Snowball from FY. Not going to really lead into anything, just a defensive one, and while that was happening, Chalice ends up dying.
Ooh.
That's
Cannot
rough.
be doing that, unfortunately, and yeah, I mean, for all this attention that's being committed onto Somnus, he didn't go down. The Resonant Pulse, insane value for the physical damage block. Ooh, that's really going to hurt X-Nova, though.
It is, and Eurus also ends up finding another kill into Old 11, so LGD is starting to kind of fall apart in this early game. It's very, very different to last game with
Somnus.
Yeah, getting jumped, avalanche toss, and PYW will have enough damage to take him out.
The perfect timing as well. If it was literally a second later, the Void Spirit just finished up his level 6, so he would have been able to zip himself away. So PYW, he's been on point.
He has. He's going to fight FY. Doesn't really have enough mana for the avalanche toss combo anyway, so won't bother. They are really buying a lot of space this time for the Morph, for Ori on that DP, and both of those two are at the top of the last hit. And PYW, he just won't stop roaming. He's already got Tranquils up, he's moving so darn quick.
I'm confused.
Yes.
Why does he have a Glimmer Cape on the, sorry, not a Glimmer Cape, a Quelling Blade on the Tiny?
You're the analyst, Anna. I'm simply
Yeah.
here to ask you questions.
I can't tell. DY, he's going to go down. Yang, nice two-man stun, but not going to.
Now they jump Yang. Oh, another nice. Somnus is so on point with the Remnants. Now metas pop. They're diving tier 1s. They don't care, but Old 11 even finding PYW across the map. They are going to lose Yang. Snowball going to be there from FY. Brings his buddies along.
Your life served no purpose.
But you know what, Dano? Like, on your other question with the Quelling Blade, maybe it's just good for farming. Like, position 4s need farm too.
I feel like the way that you're going to get your farm, though, is by participating in these team fights, which he has been doing, and he's been doing it really well. I don't think you want to be maxing out or getting any points, really, in the tree grab.
That's true. Old 11, going to get jumped mid. He does have X-Nova around with Disruption, and Disruption will be cast on the DP. Though you do have Toss on PYW. He's just trying to get close enough, but he ends up getting X-Nova. And now Somnus moving in. They want this free tiny kill. Remnant going to be there. Fate's Edict from DY will block out a lot of that magic damage. Now there's 4 again from PSG.LGD. They just love doing this now. They just want to fight as 4 or 5 constantly.
This could just be PTSD from the Nature's Prophet last game. He's just like, I gotta get the Quelling Blade to deal with it, I gotta run away.
Map goes quiet again. It's LGD just roaming the map, trying to find openings. Looks like X-Nova will be caught out by PYW, though no toss comes out. So Eurus not able to capitalize on that Shadow Demon. Maybe they go after the TB that's rotated top.
Man, FY's going for a real brawling style here, finishing up the phase boots first and foremost, and only then starting to go into the wand after.
It is a very aggressive build. Avalanche, top lane, X-Nova, going to get caught with the toss. Should definitely be dead. Disruption is going to be there on Eurus. It just won't matter. But he does have meta popped on Eurus right now, so this is a very dangerous time for them to try and fight this. Old 11 couldn't even split. It was 7 seconds on cooldown, and Ori did pop the DP ultimate, so they are going to go ahead and push a tier 1 tower.
Well, FY, he's going to get there just in time if he's not interrupted, but it looks like the Centaur will be able to cancel that that attempt to take the outpost. So, some experience going both ways.
This is quite scary for LGD though. Like Vici Gaming, they find themselves at a 2k advantage. They seem to be just getting everything off the map. As I say that, LGD taking stacks off the side, but double hoof stomp coming out from Yang into the double avalanche and the toss. FY does go down.
Yeah, going for that full greed play, taking the stacked up creep camp there, but again, just these rotations have been really on point coming from PYW. He's about to hit into his level 6 as well, so he might go for the increased armor just to enable himself to stay around in these team fights, or could just continue to max the toss. Yeah, he will.
Why not?
Yang.
Yeah, he's getting low.
He's gone for a bit of a different build than last time as well. Just going into the phase boots before, wanting to go that brawling style as opposed to going up for the regen. So dealing with that shadow poison is going to be a little bit more difficult.
He does have the Hood of Defiance up now though. So that may be
it got all delivered at once.
Yeah. That may be the key now for Yang to deal with all the magic bursts coming out from LGD. See how he does deal with it. I wouldn't mind seeing a pipe coming out from Vici Gaming this game as Somnus. Fortune's End going to connect Yang. He'll pop the Stampede. Remnant is going to be there, however, and now Chalice comes in.
Oh, this is bad for Vici.
Could be if they get caught. DY might be the only one to die. In fact, he Fortune's End and will survive. Just running away. Chalice still trying to find a target. They don't actually find anybody.
LGD, they're going to need to commit though, because they've popped the Metamorphosis. You can't just use that and then go back to farming the junk.
Definitely not. They will go mid onto the tier 1. Suppose if they do find this tower, it's all worth it. But the TPs are coming in. Vici Gaming, they're not willing to just let this go down. PYW's there on the tiny. Yang has to go back, and now Somnus does jump in, but a nice avalanche toss. Somnus needs to get the hell out now. But Old 11, he does primal split.
He's in the air.
He is in the air. Can't really do much in the air like that, but Eurus getting low, but not really low enough. Old 11, he just doesn't have any damage output. In fact, none of them do.
I think that's just the thing, though. We just want him to be that frontliner. He's not going to go down. And, yeah, nice block off from FY. They got the tier 1 tower. Mission accomplished.
Okay. But now, how do you defend this, your own mid tier 1?
Yeah, you don't even need to pop the Exorcism if you don't want to on Ori. He was sitting up there with nothing popped all that time. Going to continue the pressure down on the bot side. Chalice is farming up here. He's doing a good job with the space his team's created for him. And finally, Vici having to move back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's good news for LGD. When we talk about the later stages of the game, like, who do you think it favors? Because you are up against the Morphling DP if you are LGD. Does the Terrorblade at all outscale the Morphling?
I mean, it can. There's different, like, peaks and troughs with it as well. And I think with the TB, because of all of your physical damage, it's so much more dependent because Morphling, he can be evasive. He can morph away and, you know, just waveform. So it's all about the lockdown, basically, on the rest of your team. And yeah, your job's just to sit there and be a right-clicking beast, but it's not just you. You're not going to win the game on your own.
Bot lane gonna start being pushed in now from Vici Gaming. Eurus got a double damage rune on the Morphling. That's gonna make it very, very quick. Mid lane. LGD, where are they going? Remnant won't latch. Ori, he runs into it, but nobody's there anyway.
They need to do something, because this bot lane, it's being pressured a little bit. No creep wave there just yet. But X-Novi's TP'd back. That in mind, just to protect it up, but you know, again, good rotation coming through from PYW. He's coming onto this top side. He wants to protect the tier 1, although he could get going on here from FY.
Yeah, PYW snowball gonna be there. Doesn't really land in the end. FY shards gonna land, but he has help now. Old 11 has the primal split if necessary, and he may need to use it, but Hoofstomp comes in time. He's falling low. Fortune's End comes in, and he will end up using it in the end just before the avalanche. How do they capitalize, though?
Somnus, he's waiting in the wings.
Remnant gonna latch onto the Centaur, but no, they're not really looking to make the play. Instead, they'll go onto Ori. They found the DP, but the silence is there onto Somnus, and Yang, he will eventually clean up Old 11. And LGD able to find 0 out of that primal splitters. They moved mid onto Eurus now, but Eurus just continues taking that mid tier 1. Snowball gonna land. Now Chalice comes in. That's a Metamorphosis popped.
Yeah. And you can see that he's not worried about his damage. They've got plenty of damage on Vici Gaming right now. They've got a bit more of an aggressive build on the Centaur. And he just needs to make sure he survives right now with Eurus taking that waveform range.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Chalice is going to get nothing out of this meta. He's going to go to farm, and they get the bot tier 1 thanks to the siege creep. LGD, just I'm not really sure what their game plan is here, but it's not working. That's for sure. I mean, you're getting to the point now where Eurus is going to have the full Ethereal Blade coming out. In fact, I think he buys it.
Going on this outpost, bit of aggression happening here. Yang is in trouble.
Can they kill him, though? He's so darn tanky on the Centaur, they actually can't. Shards, FY, he's going to go back in by himself. They just can't finish the job.
Value Hooded Defiance coming through. Both the resistance as well as the active.
Certainly does save Yang multiple times this game. They go again. This time around, maybe they get him. Eighth Remnant does connect, but no, they just can't do it.
I don't mind the attempt because they know the DP still doesn't have an ultimate for the next 35 seconds. So they can try and make something happen without the fear of being turned around upon. Though,
Well, perhaps this Spirit Vessel will make all the difference now. Like, Somnus does have one up. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they needed.
yeah, and now you've got this key timing though to deal with on Vici's side. You've got the E-Blade available, so you talk about Somnus. He doesn't have the most agility, so he can get popped really easily if he's caught out of position.
They jump in, Somnus. No, he doesn't get blown up. Snowball is there. FY just ready with the save, though. Nice remnant coming out from Eurus. Somnus needs to run.
Ooh.
He will barely survive. 20 HP as that adaptive strike hit.
Yeah, one of the benefits of having a Spirit Vessel, that Vitality booster really saving him in the end.
Certainly did. Now LGD, how do you like attempt the next team fight? You just... Obviously Chalice needs the BKB up before they try for anything.
He's gone for the movement speed as well, so wanting to speed up his farm. The evasion, not super helpful against this lineup that they have here on Vici's side. He's just going for full damage, full farming efficiency right now. Even having the dominated Alpha Wolf follow him around just for that little bit of damage aura increase. So yeah, I'm liking seeing this little bit of a different style. We were talking before about the meta seeming a little bit stale. There's not too much different going on, but you know, this is probably as close to a 4 Protect 1 strat that you can get.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be the case. Like, LGD are really just trying to protect Chalice. Keep him safe, keep him farmed up. Eurus is basically receiving the same treatment. In fact, Eurus may jump onto Somnus and blows him up. Not great news. So Somnus has really started to drop off on this Void Spirit now. Start invading the jungle. PYW trying to find a target for himself, but couldn't quite get there.
He's got his Blink Dagger, and importantly for LGD, I wonder if they'll respond at all trying to take this outpost in the Radiant jungle. They'll pick off Ori.
That they will. Ori, massive kill on the DP, and now with that meta, they want to move forward, keep going for more, and get that outpost back before that 20-minute mark. So Old 11, he'll take care of that. Yang, you're not going to jump back in, but PYW, he can avalanche from a mile away.
He needs someone else helping him, I think. Oh no, he should still get it. Just before. There we go.
Oh, nice shots from FY. But there's nothing really there to capitalize with. So FY, they're going to smoke up with his team. They're going to try and move mid.
Will they be able to pick off anyone, though? They don't have this Chalice Terrorblade. They're going in on Yang, the tankiest hero.
They got that Spirit Vessel though, and Yang, he's not as tanky as we once saw him. Avalanche tossed back in, and now the double hoof stomp at Yang. I don't think he really wanted to be tossed back into the team fight, and he does go down. Now they'll find the Oracle as well. DY couldn't get in range for the false promise. And LGD want to capitalize as Old 11. Gonna try and get that tornado off onto Ori, and he does find it in time. PYW, what are you gonna do about it? Rem does connect, and LGD, they don't want to dive any further, it seems. They'll take it and back off.
Yeah, it's such a shame for PYW playing so well up until this point, just throwing Yang back to his death. So it's a good rotation to be able to even get those 2 kills, considering that Chalice was there for none of it, creating a lot of space for his team. Team creating a lot of space for him, and it's allowed him to finish up this BKB. So 50 seconds. They'll probably have a lot of their skills available. Primal Split still probably about another 25 seconds after that point. But there's still plenty of objectives to take on the map.
But Vici, they're going to try and force a fight. They're going for the Roshan now. It's a slow process for Vici, but it'll eventually get done. The question really is LGD going to try and fight this? So
just trying to scout it out a bit with this TB illusion. They know what's happening. Are they in a position to contest it, though?
20 seconds away from that medal. This is not seemingly the greatest time, as Roshan is very low now. They need to make a play right here, right now. They're going to bring more illusions in. Delay it. Meta, 8 seconds. He needs a bit more time. PYW, Avalanche toss is very nice. Challenge pops the BKB, and now Sunder's going to be there with the snowball save from FY. And Ori's already down. Now they found another in the form of Yang, though no. False Promise is there in time, but DY, he will lose his own life. Now Yang trying to run away. Will he make it? Probably not. The Spirit Vessel is ticking him away, and Old 11 is on top of him, though Hoofstomp's going to be there. They clean up just in the nick of time, and now Eurus, he really doesn't want to die. Somnus, he does miss the Remnant. And across the map, PYW also dies.
It's going to be a team wipe.
It's going to be a full team wipe, it seems, as Waveform TP, Eurus trying to get away.
Oh,
Remnant, Somnus! How does he keep hitting it like this? I don't understand. How does he continuously hit them over and over again?
Just a beast, you know.
Right.
Well, the immortality picked up by Chalice there, and it's just the perfect use of the meta. Realizing that they had only, what, 20 seconds left as they were starting that team fight. They send the Brewmaster in, he gets the Cinder Brew off, slows them down, scares them off. He's still got the Primal Split if they need to try and get a bit more of a defensive position. Allows the TB to get the time, and that's exactly where you want to be popping the meta, because as we saw, they won the team fight, and then you can instantly transition it into another objective. So it's 2 birds with 1 stone.
It's massive, and that's actually, I believe, yeah, it's been a while, but LGD now do take the net worth lead. It's only by 1k, but they were 4k behind. So
yeah, but Dota Plus feeling a lot more confident with their chances now, sitting at, oh, it just even had another tick there, so nearly at 90%.
I guess it's due to the, even the Eye of Skadi buffs on the TB, right? Like, against the Morphling, he's really going to hate that Eye of Skadi coming out from Chalice, and he can already afford an Ultimate Orb now. Going to go ahead and grab one for himself.
Got Somnus, who's going to be getting his level 15 very, very shortly. It's a nice bit of value for him. Some more damage to start out these team fights.
Smoke up.
Alright, there we go. Level 15. Remove your null tally. There you go. And he's gone into the Resonant Pulse damage. Yep. So he just wants to maximize on that because he's building into the Aghanim Scepter. Basically a carbon copy of the last game. Just needing to go that Spirit Vessel style. He's gone the Yule Scepter as well for the additional setup. Because it's a little bit different now, right? You want to make sure that you're picking off this Morphling before he can start to toggle anything.
Gonna rotate mid. FY does have the blink up now, and Yang, Fortune's End, already gonna be committed. This is not good news as FY gonna get a nice shards off. But they are fighting on the lower ground.
Yeah, nice shards. Not perfect, but it's just about creating that tiny bit of extra space. You're so close to his level 18 and the BKB, so he's going to farm it up here, get this wave pushing underneath the tower, and then try and join his team. Or just continue the push, keep the pressure up on the top side of the map.
It looks like Eurus will continue. Chalice will force in the mid. They've got that siege creep up. Glyph already being committed by Vici Gaming.
Here we go. They're ready to go.
Can they do it this time with that BKB? I wonder.
They haven't seen him TP back yet.
PYW, Avalanche toss. The disruption is there from X-Nova. Chalice does Sunder, walks away, but they do blow up X-Nova now. Just one shotgun blast. Still, FY, he did jump in. Now Yang actually getting a nice hoof from Chalice. He's in huge trouble. He will lose his Aegis.
Didn't
Still
has
has and BKB for that matter, and now he will. Primal Split there from Old 11. They jump onto Eurus, but he waveforms away, so instead we'll go on to Yang, and Yang really isn't as tanky as we once knew. Still, False Promise will be there, but they Yules it off, or rather the Decrep, as Ori will be able to walk out, but here comes Somnus once again, just diving in, finishing off Yang. Where do you go now? Eurus getting snowballed.
Oh, so much damage.
He's gonna die. PYW, Avalanche toss onto 4, but it's not enough to finish anyone off. Now FY, shards are gonna be there, won't hit on anyone, but Somnus, meanwhile, in the background, just cleaning up. what else do
What-
you
what
say?
a
Like
great
they're just
team
out. They're just outplaying everyone. It seems LGD.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's how close the Chinese Dota scene is that you have two really good teams here, and it's not like it was a massive outdraft either way. This is just pure outplay from LGD right now.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They'll leave the tier 3. They're not going to push any further. But honestly, once you have that Eye of Skadi up on Chalice, like, I don't see how you fight any longer with this Morphling. Just
Yeah,
seems too tough.
they took it as well as they could. You know, they went in at a great time, getting the level 18 and the BKB picked up for the Morphling. They popped the Shadow Demon at the very start of that team fight, so he didn't have too much of an impact and still able to turn it around using that Aegis to maximum effect.
Bot lane, PYW. Getting caught out by himself. Trying to just push out the wave, but Somnus was there.
Yeah, and the thing that, you know, there's another little clock started as well for Vici Gaming here with only 2,000 gold away from that Aghanim Scepter being picked up by Somnus.
Uh-oh.
Morphling.
Eurus? Caught,
Okay.
he'll be okay. But yeah, I agree. Once Somnus has that Ags, it's things become a lot more complicated. He'll have it soon. Very, very soon, in fact. I guess that's the push timing for LGD. Like, you get the Ags, then you say, okay, now we could try high ground. Maybe get a Roshan in between. You know, just get everything you can and then go.
Yeah, LGD, they're playing really aggressive. They have the luxury, though, with this small lead, to do a little bit of neutral farming. They've got some tier 3 items that they haven't picked up yet, and those could be really important for them.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They may have time to go for them now. We do see Ori now with his own BKB up on the DP. Again, how much it matters will be...
Mindbreaker.
Oh,
That's
great.
a nice one to have.
Oh, Paladin Sword as well. That's beautiful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
How is it
wonder-
the winning team always finds a Paladin Sword?
I'm sure it's not related at all, right?
It seems to always happen as
Alright.
LGD.
They're
Low
taking
ground.
this fight in a weird spot.
They are, but they're
Oh, he
confident.
misses.
Yang getting caught out again on
got
the
a gem as
Centaur.
well.
Chalice, he does commit BKB meta. Just moving on to Eurus. Now Ori. No, they want Yang, but Stampede will be popped. Still, they'll just settle on DY. And it looks like they also do find PYW, or no? No, they don't. But they do get Ori in the Cyclone with the Remnant coming out from Somnus. Buyback is there from DY, but doesn't matter. Yang got a nice stomp off. Eurus cleans up Somnus. But how do you deal with this Terrorblade? Chalice, he's still mad fighting Eurus. He is really not tanky at all. They false promise, but he's going down. DY also loses his life for the second time, as now Adaptive Strike will at least knock the Terrorblade out. But Eurus is down. It's Yang against the world, and Yang is dead. An ultra kill coming out from Chalice. It wasn't even a contest for Chalice.
No, and well, FY just showing why he's the Tusk King, getting the perfect block-offs in the team fight, fighting exactly on their terms, and even just then at the very end, making sure that they were able to clean up Yang in the rest of that team fight.
PYW? Oh, okay. Avalanche toss, blink away. Alright.
He's just trying to delay for as long as possible, but even now, you've got the DP resing, still 75 seconds on the Exorcism cooldown. She wasn't able to get the Yule Scepter or the Black King bar off, which was a massive loss for their team.
That is really problematic. LGD, though, they're going to back out. Nothing to really try and force here. Of course, there's a repair kit available on Vici Gaming. And that's another neutral item. Every losing team gets a repair kit. Every single time, without a doubt.
Well, they both got repair kits now, so
Alright.
someone's got to be a winner. I think the Spider Legs is FY's favorite neutral item. I see him pick it up on every single hero regardless, especially when you're going these things like the Tusk, right, where you just want to be able to maneuver yourself to get these clutch saves off.
I think Spider Legs are probably one of the most undervalued neutral items right now.
Yep, you don't
like-
need to hold your boots, which is great, you know, for heroes that are item starved, particularly like, I don't know, TA, for example. Gets to the super late game.
But even just for the supports, like just being able to get that perfect positioning off, and just dragging, like just kiting so well, it's gonna be infuriating for the opponents. FY, one of those
Alright.
gods of Dota.
So, we've got the level 20 now on the Void Spirit. So,
Oh, good.
Astral Step charge time reduced. Big
That's
damage
nice.
spike. Ag Scepter picked up.
And now, if you're Vici, how do you fight into this? Like Eurus is going for a Divine Rapier again. It's happening again.
I like the guts to be able to do it, but he needs to have it now because this TB doesn't have buyback and you need to be able to punish it. And I just don't feel like they'll have the damage just yet to be able to do that.
Not while Chalice has a Satanic up, that's for sure.
Like, it's literally needing to 100 to 0 him, and you can't really do that as a Morphling.
Oh, Eurus. He's caught out. Do they have the damage in time? It looks like they might. Eurus, he gets a false promise from DY. And now it's just havoc as everyone jumps in. DY, Fate's Edict would not save you from a Terrorblade, sir. He does go down, and now they found Ori. Poor old Ori. Pops the BKB, uses the Yules, but Chalice says, I don't care.
No buyback. Sitting on about 30 gold before the death, now down to 4. Morphling nearly died even in the fountain with a health pot on him as well.
How good is Eye of Skadi?
It's pretty good.
Seems good. And LGD going to claim their first racks of the game. They may as well just go for a secondary. They've got time on the meta. Even if they didn't, they'd have plenty of damage output. Yang moving forward. That is a very dangerous position, Yang. And he is going to pay for it, or maybe not. A nice stun, but FY with the shards will secure the kill. And at least Yang will kind of force them back. They won't get a secondary racks.
Maybe just trying to bait out some of the buybacks, but little do they know, there was none. But, man, this is looking very similar to their previous best of 3 series, where again it went 2-0 in LGD's favor. Wow, what perfect timing, being able to secure the Roshan straight afterwards.
It really is perfect. And, I imagine Chalice will probably... No, in fact, they're going to give it to Somnus. Which is also fair enough, because Chalice really isn't dying. Like...
He can use the cheese. He can move his wand.
Aegis to Somnus, Chalice leaves the cheese. I don't want it.
Vanished, but not gone.
Alright, LGD's lactose intolerant. They don't want this thing. X-Nova, do you want it, sir? Nope.
Got it.
It stinks in the Roshan pit. Oh,
Hey,
FY. What are you
So,
idiots
hey.
doing?
We didn't pick this up.
And we see
There
a
we go.
smoke.
Dire are scanning.
Come on. Oh, maybe FY will just hold it. I don't mind it. But no,
Why
gives
not?
it to the TB.
Or PYW, Yang jumps in, but they're going in blind right
save.
now. I just don't know about this. Yang's dead. Ori's popped his BKB with Exorcism, but he's going to find nothing out of it. And that's it. GG's been called.
Well, that's... Ooh. That feels like a little bit of a rage GG coming out there from Ori, I'll be honest. And yeah, it just felt like from start to finish, it was LGD's time.
They really did dominate. Like, we doubted their draft in game 1. They obviously performed very well. Now game 2, you know, they just look better. It's just, they are the top team in China by far, I would say. And I wonder how far they'll go in the whole league. Like, they look like they're probably going to take it.
Well, we'll see. I don't know about top team in China. They're up there. They're definitely A tier, I would say. But that's what these leagues are for, right? You play everyone. There's no excuse of saying, oh, they dodged us in the bracket or anything like that. You play every single person. And in the previous league that they were in, they finished third. They finished behind IG and Sparking Arrows. So good start for them in this campaign, but we'll have to see how it goes for them as we continue moving forward.
Thank you for that, Danog. Of course, that is it for us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night for some more CDA DPL. Danog, you got any final words before we head off for the night?
Well, I'm keen to see how LGD keep up that momentum because they're going to be playing Asta first up tomorrow, which will be Exciting, of course, starting out with the 1v1 again. So maybe we'll see not FY playing it because I don't think he had a very good time, but I'm sure the best of 3 result, he was happy with how that turned out.
Alright, we'll call it at that. It is MLP Dota and Danog Dota. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for some more DPL-CDA. See you then.